I want to ask you something really, really important, and I want you to be honest with yourself. What is the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? If the answer involves your phone, checking emails, checking messages before they even got out of bed, then today's video is going to be really important to you because that habit, that one simple thing you do in the first 5 minutes of your day, it's setting the tone for how you run your business. And if you want a real support in building a CEO level habit and structure into your business, go to topagentwolfpack.com, book a strategy call with me. That is where we get into the specific of your situation. Now, let's talk about mornings. Here is what typical morning looks like for most agents I talk to. The alarm goes off. Before their feet hit the floor, they are already on their phone. They are scrolling through messages from clients. They are checking to see if everything blew up overnight. They are responding to the text they missed last night. And within the first 10 minutes of being awake, they are already in someone else's world, already reactive, already behind. And from that moment on, the rest of the day follows the same pattern: reactive, urgent, driven by whoever needs something most rather than by what actually matters. And then by noon, they feel like they have been working for hours but cannot point to one significant thing they moved forward. By the end of the day, they are completely exhausted, and tomorrow is start all over again. Here's what I want you to understand. The way you start your morning, it's not just a personal habit. It is a business strategy or a business liability that agents who leads at the highest level are not necessarily waking up earlier than everyone else and doing more before 8 a.m. They are simply starting their day with intention instead of reaction. And that difference compounds over weeks, months, and years into a radically different outcomes. So let me ask you this. If you could design your perfect morning, what would the first hour look like? Hold that vision as we go through this framework I use. Here's the CEO morning routine I have built, and this works even during the busiest, most demanding seasons of life, which I am currently in it right now. The first thing, no phone for the first 30 minutes. And to be honest, sometimes I do almost the first 2 hours. I know this sounds extreme. I know you are thinking about all the things that could go wrong if you're not available. But I want to challenge you on that. What actually happened in the last 30 days that required your immediate response before 7 a.m.? Probably nothing. The phone can wait 30 minutes, and those 30 minutes of starting your day without urgency, without someone else's agenda, without the dopamine hit of notifications, they change everything about how clear and calm and strategic you feel the rest of the day. Start by drinking water, breathe, move your body even for 5 minutes, ground yourself before the world gets in. The second thing is setting up top three priorities before you open anything else. Not your to do list, not your calendar calls, your top three things. The three things that if they are not done today, maybe this can actually be very complicated day for you. Write them down on a piece of paper, not on your phone, piece of paper. There is something about physically writing down your priority that makes them a real in a way a phone just don't do it. This makes 5 minutes and it completely shifts your day from reactive to intentional because now you have an anchor. When someone tries to pull you into something urgent but not important, you look at your list and ask, does this serve my top three things? And if not, it can wait. The third thing is the mindset investment. 10 to 15 minutes of reading, listening, journaling, something that grows you to think, not just for now. For me, that is often reading something about business, leadership, or strategy. Sometimes it's journaling about where I want to go, what am I building. This is not an optional for me. CEOs invest in their minds the way athletes invest in their bodies. consistently as a non-negotiable, not when they have extra time, because there is never extra time. You make the time. And the fourth thing, and is the most important one that people skip, it's reviewing your calendar before you respond to a single message. Before you go open your email, before you answer a text, look at your day. What are your commitments? Where is your protected time? What are the non negotiables? When you know your day structure before the world gets in, you respond to incoming messages from a position of authority instead of chaos. You can say yes or no to things based on actual priorities, not just who asked most recently. Here is your challenge for this week. Pick just one thing from this routine and implement it to your morning. Just one thing. My recommendation is to start your day with no phone for at least 30 minutes. That single change will show you immediately how much of your morning has been running on someone else's urgency instead of your own intention. And then try it for 5 days and notice what changes. And when you are ready to build that full CEO level structure into your business, not just morning, but how you lead, how you delegate, how you grow, go to topagentwolfpack.com and book a strategy call with me on your morning, on your day, on your business. Let's do this.